2020. This is my second SOS message sent to President Trump, dirty federal agents that are holding me captive, incarcerating me, subjugating me without due process of law. I've not been arrested of a crime, yet they're robbing me of my evidence against them, both virtually and physically, and they're doing it daily. Well, not the physical stuff, but remotely robbing me. I need urgent intervention by the DOJ and or Trump himself. This message is also, I want to send it out to the Jackson family, Michael's Army members, Michael Jackson fans, and Kanye West. Kanye, you are the reason that I found the courage to post these videos and go public and fight them to get this out there. And I need to get some information to you, and so I hope you will get somebody over here to get it from me, because they will not let me mail it to you. They intercept my mail. So either come yourself to my home or send somebody. But it's urgent. So, anyways, to everybody else, I need you to come and rescue me from these dirty federal marshals that have locked me and my family down, bankrupt us, left us without legal counsel and income, without security detail, without someone to videotape their ongoing illegal acts. You know, they take over our phones, our devices. They delete what they want remotely from our computers, from our phones. They control them. So nothing is going to be sent or go out. They will intervene it and they'll stop it. That's why I don't know why they're letting me do this, and they haven't. I haven't got it out yet, so I don't know if I'll be able to get it out. So if I do, I need people to get here and rescue me and my family. They just evicted me and my family from the rental home that they control, basically so that they can try to lock us out of our home and get their hands on this evidence and take possession of the evidence I hold against them. So I need those things immediately. President Trump, I stand by my spiritual inspiration that you will win this election and go on to wage war on the corruption that you suspect is pervasive in our country. I did get inspiration that you would win this election and that you had been prepared for, to go against corruption. So apparently you had already been suspicious of the corruption that is real. What you're describing to the American people right now is not desperate rants by a president who appears to have lost a fair fight. I am not only a witness of this specific corruption or type of corruption, but I have smoking gun evidence of it. And I will be your witness, President Trump, in any ongoing litigation or against this type of corruption once you, now or in the future, whether you become president, which I believe you will, or you're not, in the coming weeks. But you have to use your authority to squash the cover-up and illegal captivity of me and my family immediately and get me safe with a security detail and protect my smoking gun evidence against these dirty federal agents. I'm not sure if it's just the United States Marshals Office, Task Force, Division, or if it's FBI, or if it's DEA, or what. I do believe that the dirty cops or the dirty feds are from California and paid by Branca. That's what I believe. But I don't know, after a thorough investigation, how widespread the corruption is, and if it is if it's in the FBI, or I just don't know. All I know is what I've experienced, and I have evidence, smoking gun evidence against them, and they're trying to destroy it, change it, steal it. Every day that goes by now that I've gone public puts me even in more risk, because they're going to want to try to get it faster and before you pull them, and also they've evicted me, and I have I can't, and I have a lot of evidence here, and they want to come in here legally through this eviction and get it. President Trump, you probably don't even know my name. You haven't probably heard of me before, so I better introduce myself. I'm Melissa Johnson. I'm the co-creator and co-founder of the celebrity charity Heal the World Foundation, also known as HTWF, the charity that Michael Jackson gave to the world in 1991. And also Michael's Army, which is a very large group of Jackson fans who are activists against corruption, injustice, and abuse of power within our country and around the world. It's Michael's Army. Let me nutshell my case for you, in case you haven't heard of me before. My other video was rather long. I wasn't even sure I'd be able, it's really rough. I wasn't sure I'd even be able to get it out, so I just did it as fast as I could, hoping they wouldn't intervene, and tried to get it out in the public. So this is it. Dirty Federal Marshals have been holding me and my family captive, illegally incarcerating me without due process of law from the beginning, approximately I'm going to say my guess is 812 days, or 13 days now, and counting, trying to frame us, entrap us, criminalize and discredit us, along with our other legal opponents, our private opponents, our private enemies, and legal opponents. They've drugged me so they can rob me of evidence I have on them so many times, and I believe I can prove that they not only repeatedly did that, drugged me, but repeatedly robbed me so many times that they had to physically break into my house and steal the frozen urine samples I had saved to do a drug test before I got rescued, when I got rescued by the DOJ. They stole those samples. The drug test can go back a year, so I would have been able to, with forensic drug testing, been able to pinpoint exactly what they drugged me with. Why me? I believe it'll be discovered that John Branca, the current executor of Michael Jackson's estate, has been bribing this group from California of Federal Marshals for many years now, even before Michael's death. And me and my fellow board members of the charity, HTWF, were witness of and had smoking gun evidence of Branca's fraud on the courts in 2011, which would and is the only way to remove him from executorship of Michael's estate that he robbed from the Jackson family in 2009. And that was our intent, shortly before we got incarcerated and targeted on a witch hunt from these dirty feds that are paid off by Branca. Now, I have copious evidence against the dirty federal agents after 813 days of witnessing and documenting, detailing, journaling with video, photos, and audio reporting in real time with screenshots of documents, bank documents, insurance documents, and so forth, of their illegal acts, their abuse of power, and assaults on me and my family, which were usually illegal. These crimes included hacking and completely subjugating us without due process of law, forcing themselves illegally onto all of our devices, taking control of and video and audio recording us through every television, computer, and phone in our home and of my loved ones. They completely controlled every vendor account, bank account, business account, online relationship we have with anyone, and have been changing, modifying, deleting, adding, misleading, and fraudulently adding content to our devices to our vendor accounts, restricting our access to our email accounts, bank accounts, social media accounts, computer files, vendor files, financial files, restricting our ability to record audio, deleting our audio, which is evidence against them, video, photos in real time, our journals. They wouldn't even let me do a journal of all their illegal acts. They just delete it because they have remote access to all of our devices. Now, they've been modified. My documents have been modified, and they've done all the foregoing with the purpose to frame us, entrap us, discredit us, and defame and villainize us, criminalize us,
vilify,
so that they might satisfy the needs of their benefactors, which I believe is, and partners in the witch hunt, which I believe are our legal opponents, which are John Branca, the estate executor of Michael Jackson's estate, and others. Other legal battles we're in. Now, I am gonna...
All right. So I'm gonna pause it there, and keep in mind, look, I'm subjugated. I'm in prison right now, even though I'm in my home that I'm about to lose. I want to show you how we're living right now. These are 2 rooms full of evidence, and they've broken in here, attempted to break in here. Whenever I hide the evidence, I come in and I find that they've pulled out the back doors and they've broken in. And so, to keep them from coming in while I sleep, because I've called the police. This is, they've actually, I have evidence. I have multiple police reports to show how many times they've robbed me of my phone, because it had pictures of of them robbing of my phone, or criminal acts, screenshots, and so forth, things they're doing. Anyway, they're coming in. This is to stop them from coming in. I had to put these on because they control the lease, and they wrote into the lease agreement that they control, that they're allowed to, after we signed it, that they're allowed to, that we can't put locks on our doors because they want to come in and steal our evidence. They can evict us for that, which is what they're evicting us for, one of the reasons, for changing the locks, because they were breaking in and stealing my evidence against them. And this is 813 days. They also wrote into the lease agreement, I'm going to show you how we're living real quick. They wrote into the lease agreement that they can videotape us in our home, inside our home, in our bathrooms, all the smoke alarms. You'll see they're hidden cameras. They came in, all the smoke alarms around the house are hidden cameras. Hidden cameras all over the house, in pens, in various different things, in screws, these little screws. Anyway, this chair, this is normally, I wanted to show, it's not there right now because I'm awake. Whenever I'm asleep, I have to have this in, because they will come in when I'm sleeping, and they don't miss any opportunity. And I've been living like this where I can't even go to sleep, because they wrote into the lease agreement that they control, that they can come in whether anytime they want, whether I'm home or not. And they actually exercised that. And when I tried to, that clause in our lease agreement that they wrote in, when I tried to, see, this is in front of the door. That's the garage door. That's the chair that goes in front of the garage door, because they can get in through the garage. But they wrote into the lease agreement that they could come in anytime they want, and they actually put a lockbox on it that we can't access, but the dirty feds can access it and come in. They have a key. Now they have a key, and this is after they broke in, and we filed several police reports against them. And we told Vision Real Estate, hey, please don't let these men break in. Please don't give them a lockbox. They're doing these things to us, and they still are proceeding with the eviction. They still put the lockbox on. Let them come in, and what do they call it when they are trying to, they posed as buyers for the house, so they could come in and case the back of the door and figure out how to get in to my room. anyway, that's all. I'm not going to go into the details of anything more. It's already too long. But I need Michael's army here. I need Kanye West here. I need to give you something. And I need President Trump. I can legitimize what you're claiming to the American people. I still believe you're going to get either Nevada or Arizona, and all the others, North Carolina, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. I think you're going to take those, and then you'll either get Nevada or Arizona, and you'll win the presidency without any litigation. But I believe that the Lord is prepping you, is preparing you to go after the corruption in our country, and I believe that will inspire the rest of the world to follow suit. Anyway, one more thing about Black Lives Matter and the issue that I feel like you never really directly addressed with the American people. Black lives matter, all lives matter, but when people say all lives matter, it is a slap in the face to our black brothers and sisters who are being killed and gunned down at an alarmingly higher rate, much higher rate than any other demographic. So stop going around saying all lives matter. They get that. They know all lives matter. It's not about that. It's about the fact that the blacks are so overwhelmingly targeted that they are saying, hey, our lives matter. Stop it. And President Trump, I want you to know that we need corruption, we need reform. We don't need to take away their funding and abolish the money. We need reform for our law enforcement, and that means, that protect and serve derivative, or the directive, that needs to be first and foremost. And you don't defeat violence with more violence. So we need to be the examples for others. And so anybody that protests in Michael's army, anybody that shows up in defense of President Trump, in defense of Michael's estate, for the Jackson family, for Michael's legacy, Michael Jackson's legacy, his charity, and his vision for healing the world and uniting mankind, I just ask that you do it with honor, with courage, and courage is holding your fist up in the air in honor of with a peace sign, I don't know, however you want to do it, marching to Michael's music, to Kanye's music, marching with love in your heart, not anger. Violence begets more violence. So love your enemies and march with resolve to change things, with a loud mouth. Be loud, be disruptive, be mad, but don't become like our enemies. And that's all I wanted to say. God bless America, and I believe you're going to take this, President Trump.